And I don't know if you can see it on camera, but look at the sides of that. It's just got this crust on there that you just gotta almost take off and eat. It's such a good, there's probably a lot of bacon fat in there from when I was a kid, I'll bet. Hello everybody, we're back here. It's Monday, I'm down in Miami, and as promised, I had mentioned in my other post that we were gonna do a cooking with mom or in the kitchen with Miss Bonnie or something. I think we'll call it in the kitchen with Miss Bonnie, because when she owned a preschool a while back, that's what everybody called her, and we'd always tease her, Miss Bonnie, Miss Bonnie. So anyway, mom's gonna help me make cornbread today. I sort of know how to make it, but from what I understand after she's been telling me is my recipe's not quite right. She does it a little different. So we're gonna try it her way and see how it comes out. And if it's great, she gets all the credit. And if it kind of sucks, that's because I didn't do something right?
And we'll all take credit.
Yeah, and then we're gonna have it with dinner tonight, and we're gonna make some other southern stuff. In fact, we have a pork roast going right there. Can you smell it? Ooh, smell-o-vision, you wish you were here. So it will be a good side dish to go with our pork roast. Anyway, so let's make some cornbread. What do we need?
Okay, first thing, we put in a cup of flour.
Do you want me to do the egg first?
Do that
so it's out of the way?
No,
Okay.
do it first.
About a cup of flour?
No, put in the cornmeal first.
Cornmeal, okay. So I've got nice coarse ground cornmeal, and we're gonna take somewhere around a cup, a little more than that.
Yeah, get a cup full. Okay, good. That's
it's about that much. I don't know if you can see, I hope you can see. So we're gonna throw that in our, we could be using a big mixing bowl. She likes this pot. It's been around since I was a kid, so we'll go with that. And then almost a cup of flour.
Almost the same thing as the flour.
All right, so.
That's about right.
About right?
Yeah.
You can see there, we're not quite up to the edge.
All right, now you need.
Doesn't that look good?
Good. Now you got your bacon powder.
Let me get this out of the way.
The next you're going to put in is the baking powder.
And we do about what?
1 teaspoon of baking.
A little less than a whole teaspoon?
A little bit, just almost a teaspoonful.
About like that?
Yep.
See, huh? I don't have an official measuring spoon. Close enough. This ain't bacon. This is cornbread, so it's not quite as scientific. That's the right amount.
Yeah, right amount.
All right, that goes in there. Let's set that aside. What's next?
Egg.
Oh, egg. One of them.
Don't get eggshell in it now.
No, I wouldn't do
Put it
that.
right here.
All right, what do we got to do now?
Now then you're going to put some salt.
Salt, how much?
About a spoonful.
About a spoonful of salt. So we'll use that same spoon.
Okay.
That's good?
Yeah, it's
And
good.
see, if we were an official cooking show, we'd do it like this. But then you got to go like that. See, that's just...
We're not a cooking show, though. We're in my kitchen.
What do you mean? This is cooking with Miss Bonnie.
Oh,
This is a cooking show.
I'm sorry, Sonny.
Okay, what's next?
Okay, well, it seems like you have flour in here, but where's your cornmeal?
It's underneath, see? Remember down there?
Oh, how much cornmeal did you put in it?
About a cup, pretty close to a cup, and almost a cup of flour, just a tiny bit less flour than cornmeal.
Okay.
So we got our egg, and we got salt, and we got baking powder.
Okay, now what are we going to make the liquid with?
Well, we have options. We have real milk, reduced fat milk,
And
buttermilk, your favorite.
Yes.
And
okay.
so how much of what should I use?
Okay, where's your cup again? What'd you do with it?
Well, it's got the flour. Do you want me to use
Well,
that?
yeah, just use that too.
Okay, we'll use that. Here, let's wash it out real quick.
No.
It don't matter. Okay, so how much of what?
Okay, put the buttermilk in.
Buttermilk. I'm not a fan of buttermilk, but it makes good cornbread. How much?
That's enough.
All right.
Not quite a cupful.
We're talking probably 2/3 to 3/4 cup.
Not
Folks, this ain't science. I already said that. This is Southern cooking with Miss Bonnie. So we don't have exact measurements. You'll find out here quick. It's more about the consistency of that stuff than it is about being exact measurements.
That's
okay.
Good.
So
That's
we got
good.
our buttermilk in. Now what else do we need?
We need salt.
We put salt in
You
already.
put salt in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, did you put
clean
any?
up our mess here.
Oh, you made a mess?
Well, of course I did. I'm a boy. It's what I do.
Oh,
Okay, what's next?
Okay, then you need, you got the salt, you got the buttermilk, you got cornmeal.
I got something here. Can I put this in?
What is that?
This is salsa, chimichurri, hot spicy stuff from our empanadas at the Colombian
Do
place.
you want it hot?
Oh yeah.
Well, I've never put it in there before, but we can try.
Well, this is one of those things, if it all goes bad,
I'm to blame.
No. This is all my fault. I'm going to try it.
You're not going to put it all, though. You're going to put
There's only just those little bit. I was going to put at least one of these.
Oh, no, not all that, because this gets hot and hurry.
What? I don't care. I like
Just
hot.
a little bit. Just don't put no more. That's a half a cup. I guarantee you.
Oops.
Sonny, haven't I told you better?
Hey, well, I'm your son. I don't listen. Let me clean my mess up.
You heard that.
A messy workstation is a bad thing.
Okay, stir that
All right,
up.
so now we stir this up.
Where's your baking powder?
It's already in there.
You got any salt
And the salt.
and the flour?
And the flour. Do we
And
need to
the
put
corn.
pepper or anything?
No, it wouldn't be nice. Put some
How about some roasted garlic and herbs?
Nah.
Herbs. Would that be all right?
No,
Okay. I thought about it.
it just gives it a different taste.
Kind of a Southwest Texas. You could do that. You could put like crushed red pepper in it.
So you got cornmeal in it, you got
Yeah.
flour in it.
It looks kind of thick.
It looks kind of thick, but it looks like it's not going to make a whole pan full.
No, hang on 1 second.
What have you tried to pull?
Nothing.
Where's he going?
Just so you can see, this is kind of thick right now, kind of gloppy. That's not what we want, okay? So hang on. Okay, so what do we got to do? Do we need to add some more water to it, or some regular milk, or what?
Okay, we're going to put a little water in
A
it.
little water?
Not
Here's
much.
We can use this little cup if you want. Oh, that'll work. So,
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit of water.
Yeah, stir that up.
Generally, I think this comes to about the consistency of pancake batter, right?
Yep, that.
Well, you probably shouldn't use my pancake batter because I like my pancakes thin. I don't like them big, fat, fluffy ones. But it's getting a little bit better now.
Okay,
Is that better?
did you fix the pan to put it in?
Not yet. I'm just getting my batter first. First things first.
Have you got the egg in there?
Got an egg in there.
Okay, and you got
Is that about right?
Yeah, that's about right.
See that, folks?
Okay.
Look at that. It's a little runny. Oh, I can taste it already. All right, so we
Okay.
need to get a pan. It's time to throw it in the pan. And good Southern cornbread comes from a conditioned iron skillet. This skillet has been in use in our family
Since 1956,
since 1956.
the year we got married in.
This was Mom's favorite wedding present.
Right on.
Probably the most used wedding present. Anyway, this is a well-seasoned, executed iron skillet. I cooked so much fried steak in this when I was a kid, and I don't know if you can see it on camera,
Oh, don't show
but look at the sides of that. It's just got this crust on there that you just gotta almost take off and eat. It's such a good, there's probably a lot of bacon fat in there from when I was a kid, I'll bet.
Maybe so.
Anyway, it's a good, well-seasoned iron skillet. And so we need some oil.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, I'm gonna put that on medium heat. Get the pan warmed up a little bit so the oil works better.
Put the oil in.
And once the pan's heated up a little bit,
But not so fast.
we're just gonna put a little bit of oil in there.
But keep going.
A little more. We're just using regular old canola oil. You could use vegetable oil. You could use
Wait,
olive
don't put
oil.
it away yet. You don't have enough in there. Here, put a little more.
A little bit more. This is the trick, people. I don't have the wrist action. Look at that. It's kind of like you're making a crepe.
Here, put a little bit more in there.
A little bit more still. Okay. Was that a little enough, or you need more than that? She loves me.
Okay.
All right. I think we
Now.
got our oil condition fixed.
Now,
All right. So we're on medium heat. We got our pan coated. It's nice and warm. We'll
did
turn
we
that-
put the salt in it?
Yes, we did put salt in it.
Did you put the egg in it?
Yes. We even put a little bit of this stuff in it.
Did you put the egg in it?
Yep.
The buttermilk?
Yep.
The flour?
The flour.
The cornmeal?
Yep. I think
Okay.
we're ready, huh?
I think if you put it in that pan right now.
Okay. Okay, it's time to go in the pan. I don't want to get too close. I'll singe my eyebrows. All right, so watch this. It's going in the pan. Spread it around, make it fill the pan all up.
Did we put baking powder?
Yes, we put baking powder. All right, put that over in the sink.
Turn the fire. We're gonna put it over here. on
No,
this.
no, this burner's on. It's good. I'll turn it up just a little bit more. Just leave it right there, Mom. It'll be good. All right, it's cooking. I'm not gonna bore you with it cooking. Just let it sit. Okay, one quick bonus tip from Cooking with Miss Bonnie.
Okay.
If you take a lid, stick it over the pan just to hold some of the heat in, all that steam and all that good stuff comes up, and it helps cook the top a little better and get it set. So you're gonna flip it and you don't want it all runny. So that lid right there will help it out. Okay, one more tip. We just had a small incident. I don't know if you can hear or see, but it's like bubbling and almost boiling in there. So it was a little bit too high a heat, so we came over and we turned our stove down a little bit. We're probably between medium and low now. Okay, it's I think we had the heat a little bit too high because it's a little burnt on the bottom. I checked it, but anyway, once you get it slightly browned and this top kind of set, no, leave it right there, Mom. Then we got to flip it. So I'm going to take my spatula and get it all around the bottom like that. See how it's nice and loose? And then we're just going to take and flip it. And actually, that's not terrible bad burnt. It's a little in the middle, but you know what? That stuff scrapes off and it'll taste just dandy tonight. But anyway, that is about all there is to it. Now I bet I can turn the fire off, and the residual heat in that pan is going to make it finish cooking. We'll cover that up. And in a few minutes, it'll be all done. We'll drop it on a plate and pull a piece out. Don't worry about that little bit. If you burn the bottom of it there, you can just cut that off. The inside of it's still going to be luscious and good. So
May come out terrible, but here.
okay, leave it there, Mom.
Well, you got to have the rag on it.
I will. All right, here. Can that go? All right, we think it's ready. What we did, so the bottom side that had been on the top after we flipped it, we turned the stove off, and then a couple of times Mom felt it still needed a little more time. So we turned the stove on for a minute or two to get the pan hot, and then just left the cover on and let it sit. That way it gets all nice and cooked in the middle. So you might have to do that depending on your success. So let me stay right there. Let me grab it. All right, here's the moment of truth, people. We're going to take our plate right there, flip it over like that. That looks pretty darn good on top.
Yeah, it sure does. Don't turn it over.
Don't look at that part.
Don't turn it over.
All right, now the tail of the tape. We have to cut it open.
Not yet. Let it set a minute.
Oh, okay. While it's cooling down a minute, let me get a knife out so we'll have that to cut it open with. All right, so you're probably asking, get over here, Mom. Quit ducking out of the camera. You're the star of this show, not me. You're probably asking, you're having pork roast and cornbread. That ain't much. So, of course not. We're going to have more good Southern food. We found these at the store, which when I was a kid were some of my favorite things to eat. Field peas with snaps and speckled butter beans. So we're going to mix these two together. Then you boil them up, and it makes this really good water in the pan. They call that what? Pot liquor. I remember my grandma used to always say that, and we always thought, oh, it's liquor. We shouldn't be eating that. That's what they call it. It's pot liquor, and it's yummy. And you dip your cornbread in there, or I've seen Mom a few times, you take a coffee mug and you crumble cornbread and you pour some peas in there and you mix it all up.
And sit there and eat it.
Yeah, and you sit there and eat it and you smile about it. And didn't you used to like put just a tiny little dash of vinegar in it?
Yep, sometimes.
That, or I bet a tiny couple drops of lemon juice to do the same thing. It's the acid, right?
I know. I don't know. I never used lemon juice.
Oh, well, I know she used to put a drop or two of vinegar in it, and it just, I'm not a vinegar lover, but it did taste pretty good in there. So anyway, let's cut it open and see how it looks.
Why don't you get another knife?
You may get a better knife?
One is sharp.
One that's sharp? So I might hurt myself?
No, sharp.
This should be sharp. If it ain't sharp.
It's sharp.
Okay.
It's sharp.
All right, here we go. Here we go. It feels pretty good. Okay, I'm gonna cut it this way. And this way.
Okay, that's enough.
Now, here's the tail. Here's the important time. What's it gonna look like?
It's gonna look good, huh? Very good. That's all you say. That's all you say. That's all you say.
Look at that. Then you can cut it open and throw a little bit of butter in there.
And then chow down on it.
Oh, and then you get fat eating it. But that's what the fun of making this stuff is.
Right. It is.
So did I do okay?
You did great.
Except for that thing.
You did fine.
You know what? You just cut this little chunk right here off. This part is still really good.
Yeah, just really good. So let's cut. That's the end of the cornbread. I hope y'all try it sometime.
So I got a passing grade?
Yeah, you did. You
Maybe
got
like a B- because of the crust?
maybe.
Oh well, maybe you guys can try some. Oh, you know what we didn't add? Get over here. You got to explain this. You know what we didn't put in our
I don't
cornbread
know.
that
What?
everybody puts in their cornbread?
What?
Sugar.
No way.
Why don't you put sugar in your cornbread?
Oh, it makes it horrible.
Did you hear that, folks? Everybody puts sugar in their cornbread.
You don't want
Stop it!
We don't want sugar in a cornbread. You
No,
want salt.
this ain't dessert, folks. This is a side dish for your meal. The sugar just messes it up. If I come to your house and you serve me cornbread, don't put sugar. This ain't a cornbread. This ain't a corn muffin that I'm having for breakfast. This is to go with my peas and butter beans, and the sugar will mess it up.
Yep, sugar will mess it up.
So I know that I'm probably going to get a lot of comments and people saying you're crazy, but then again, I drink iced tea with no sugar in it too. So real Southern, well, I guess they have the Southern iced tea with like a pound of sugar in it, but I don't even like that. I like good iced tea, no sugar in the cornbread. That's the way Miss Bonnie made it. And if Miss Bonnie made it, it hasn't killed her yet. So don't put sugar in your cornbread, folks, and you'll thank me later. So glad you could watch. That's our episode for today. What are we making tomorrow?
I have no idea.
I think we're going to have a second episode, and my brother asked if we would do biscuits.
Oh, you gotta be kidding.
I have actually never made biscuits from scratch. I've always popped them out of a can.
You need to. How old are you now?
Don't
tell.
I withhold the right to remain. I hold my right to remain silent. You get back in here on camera. Don't get off camera, Mom. No, I have honestly. I don't think I have ever made biscuits from scratch. I've watched it
Well,
done.
you've
I've
never
seen
made
it done.
cornbread until
I've
today.
watched. Oh, I've made cornbread, but
Just didn't turn out like that.
I wanted to try it with your recipe, with you watching over me and making sure I do it your way. My wife and I, Sherry and I, make cornbread with this same recipe, pretty close. But I think Mom might have a little bit of we don't use buttermilk, so that might affect the look and feel of it too. So I might have to try buttermilk sometime. But I have never made biscuits.
Well, you make them with buttermilk, too.
Yeah, I know. And I've heard her biscuits are pretty good. I've seen them. I haven't had any in a while. But tomorrow...
You grew up on them, though.
I didn't really like them as a kid. But Dad sure ate his share.
Oh, yeah.
Dad loved his biscuits.
And the other boys did, too.
Yep. So tomorrow, if we're up to it, there might be another episode of In the Kitchen with Miss Bonnie or Cooking with Miss Bonnie or whatever we call it. There'll be a Miss Bonnie in there. And we'll teach you how to make biscuits.
Okay.
Homemade biscuits without little fancy, you make them and you plop them. They're called drop biscuits. And they're pretty good. So, all right, well that's enough. We've had enough frivolity and fun for the day. So I hope you had a good time. Maybe you learned something. I might have learned something. I learned don't get your pan real hot. I had mine a little too hot, but you know it's going to still taste good anyway. So thanks for everybody. We'll talk later. Give me some butter. Can you spread my butter for me? No, I got butter. Can you just spread it?
Right on.
Here we go. You ready?
Yes.
All right, here we go, Mom.
That's good. You know, in spite of everything we did wrong, it was still good.
You didn't do that much wrong.
Well, we just burned it.
Follow my lead and just tell me what to do when we're going.
Okay.
Okay, so you stand here. See, there we are on camera, see?
Okay, now when are you going to start it?
It's already started.